Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to my little review of Steel Division 2. So, a lot of you guys know, I love the War Game series. I love playing Ruse, Steel Division 1, Normandy 44. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And one of the things, there was many things that I liked about the game. For example, I love the Total Destruction mode. In all the previous versions, I think even Ruse may have even had one. Basically, that's where both your sides went at each other's throats, and basically whoever lost the least amount won. There was no time limits, there was no score limit, it was just you both just slugfest until you run out of units. And that is it. Well, unfortunately, that's not in Steel Division 2. As much as I've looked into it and tried to find out what's going on, I have not been able to find a destruction mode. So unfortunately to me, I'm not too happy about that. My favorite mode, where basically as a single player on skirmish, I could basically play an hour worth of game in one match, in a quick little skirmish, and then be like, yeah, okay, I'm done. That was one thing that I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. No big deal. Okay. When I tried the beta, the mode wasn't there, and I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, well, that's no big deal. It's the beta. It's a work in progress. My assumption, at least what I think is my assumption, is that they'll release when the game is released, that mode would be there. It's not. I've noticed a lot of people asking for it, commenting on it in the forums, for example, and they're not really getting any responses with them. So that kind of has me looking at it going, okay, you could at least tell people if it's not going to be there, or just tell everyone, hey, it ain't happening. But kind of radio silence. Now, mind you, it could just be that they're working on additional patches, which they have, so it's not a priority. That makes sense. Another mode, maybe they just thought about the fact that most people that play this usually play it online, matchmaker, 3v3, 4v4, 6v6 type thing, and Total Destruction mode really doesn't work that way. So they probably were like, no big deal. I understand that. So if it was just like a thing where they thought, well, we'll just not put it in this one, because most people that play the World War I styles of Steel Division 2 and Steel Division 1 were mostly online multiplayer. Well, yeah. With that in mind comes the thing that I really like. So that was a disappointment, but this is the opposite. So this is the Army General mode, which I think is amazing. So no longer in the wargaming titles, using the same engine that we've been having since Ruse has come out, have we, as a group of people, had an actual proper map. So this is the Army General mode. Before, we were stuck in boxes in all the wargaming titles, and in Ruse there was no map like that. Well, there was a map like this, but it wasn't playable. It would like zoom into your area of the map where the fighting was, which kind of sucked. So basically the icons here were basically large units. So overall, I like it. I like Army General as a concept. Now, why do I say as a concept? It's pretty simple, actually. Time gating. It was a problem for me in Steel Division 1, or Steel Division Normandy 44. It is now still a problem in Steel Division 2. What do I mean by time gating? Very, very simple. Every mission, every tactical battle, every campaign has a time limit. There is no just capture Branovice. It's capture Branovice by July 5th. You have 30 minutes to do this breakout map, which this new mode, breakout, by the way, amazing concept. Amazing. I like it. It's really fun. It's makes you think, but time limits. No longer, like even on single player campaign, you're limited in your time for the battles themselves. You're limited to 30 minutes max. I have not had a single match, like battle yet, playing these campaigns, last more than 30 minutes. It's even in Breakout, you have to capture a minimum of 50% of the capture points on the map to just be able to stop the timer. Which, on its own, if you're playing on hard or maybe normal, depending on who you're fighting against, it's pretty difficult. Balance. I don't care about balance in campaign mode. I don't care about time. I want to take my time, go slow, and look at where I'm thinking I want to go and contemplate ideas and feints and, try to do breakthroughs here and artillery strikes there and stuff like that. But I can't, because the game has told me in 8 to 10 moves, it's done. I have to get to Branovice by the 6th, I think it is. I have to remember what the thing is. But that's it. It's like, here, you have to get here by a certain amount of time. And you win the campaign. That is it. It's like, well, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to take my time. I want to slowly advance forward. I want to have some fun. I want to, move my troops in certain positions. I want to, try a couple different tactics that may or may not work. Unfortunately, that's not an option. Because you're time gated. You are forced, just like in Steel Division 1, which is the reason why I never played it on, then did any videos of it, is you are limited in time. And I really don't like that. And because of that, I can't give this game, as someone who plays mostly single player, I guess you could call it a referral. I look at this game and say it has so much potential, but you're basically shoehorning in, not shoehorning, but basically shoveling a lot of content down the single player's throat by telling them, hey, here's all this stuff, now you have to go rush and do this. You can't take your time, do an encirclement. Like, what I would love to do here is dig in some infantry and let the Germans attack, while at the same time deploying the 1st Mechanized over here where the 4th Guard Cavalry is going to be instead, and push down this road. Then push down south and hopefully cut off a lot of these guys. But I can't, because I have 8 to 10 moves, which means I have to get to Branovice as fast as possible to win. And I don't like that. Now, I might be wrong on the actual day. Might be the 16th. Even then, I don't like that. I don't like being told, hey, here's a thing, it's amazing, it's awesome, it's huge, it's tactical, now rush. Get it done. I don't like that. Number 2, the rules of engagement for the general for the army general here. Number 1, if this reconnaissance unit engages this guy, this unit down here is allowed to engage. Which doesn't make sense. So watch, I'll click this. Oh, it won't go, sorry, it won't go all the way down. But it'll go all the way to here at least. Like, I don't like that. There shouldn't be like this far of a gap. It should be like, if I move this guy here, it should be that they have to be, if not almost touching, basically. Like, I like the move, like the way you can move these guys. It feels very nice. It feels very good. We can kind of see how there's spots on the map. There's automatic, I don't want to say hexes, but you can see them when you move the unit, right? It's like there. So I can't move the unit, say, where that T is. There's 4 specific spots here. So you'll notice, so I mean, it's, it makes sense with the way they have it. Overall, I like the idea. I like the premise. I like the forefront and the thought behind it. I don't like is the limitations that have been placed on the single player in this campaign mode. Now, there are things out there that you can get that are not endorsed, obviously, that can turn off functions that you can get on third-party websites. They can turn on and off certain things and stuff like that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they're called trainers, where you can turn off, time and things like that. But that sucks. It's like, okay, well, I have to go to a third-party website, download something, and it might or might not work. Not a fan of that on my, to be 100% honest. I'm not a fan of basically being gated in my own stuff and being forced to play it the way the developer wants me to play. Instead of the developer saying, hey, here's this game, here's this amazing stuff with all these things that are available. What would you like to do? Here are the options. And be able to go into my options, go into gameplay, and turn off the time limits. Like, if I could turn off... Actually, if I went to NATO... No, that... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's pretty nice. I actually like that. Mechanized infantry, armor, mechanized infantry, cavalry. Very nice, actually. I like that. That feels a little bit more realistic. That stuff I'm used to. So, overall, is it a good game? Yes. Is it missing a lot of things that I think would make the single player a lot more enjoyable? Yes. Would I tell people to go out and buy this game? Honestly, that is where I get into a bit of a thought. Number one, the game is good. It is fun. It has its flaws. Would I do something like it's difficult. It's very, very difficult to kind of say would I tell people to buy it. And in the end, to be honest with you, if you're going for more of a multiplayer style play where you play against a bunch of people, you have no problem with being gated with about a 20-minute time limit on average. Sometimes it'll go a little longer depending on how the fight goes, but overall there is at least there will be a 30-minute timer usually clicking on the screen. I've had matches go an hour, but that's because both sides basically took half the map and then both sides just sat there. So you kind of have to make the game go longer, which kind of sucked. But overall, I'd say for multiplayer stuff, yes. Get it. It is fun multiplayer-wise. It is aggressive. It's fun. When it comes to single player, right now I'm on the fence. I am honestly on the fence. And with that in mind, I'm going to say thank you for watching, everybody. If you want to see more reviews, honest reviews of games that I have out there that I play, leave a like and leave a comment as to a game you wouldn't mind seeing me review. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.